over the past year, I have shot 32 weddings, 24 of them being video, including, which is probably the most important one, for my mother-in-law. And I've learned a ton of stuff doing this. In this video, I want to talk about the top 3 things that I've learned shooting over 30 weddings in a year. So number 1, you're doing way more than your job of photographer or videographer. There's been times when I've had to drive people from one location to another because either the bus didn't show up, there wasn't enough seats on the bus, or it was just more people than they expected. Not necessarily guests or anything, but part of the wedding party where we've had to go from getting ready location to photo location or venue or something like that. There's been times where not all groomsmen know how to either tie a tie, fold a pocket square, pair their phone to the Bluetooth speaker. And one that happens very often is almost like being a coach and coming up with a game plan for something like first look, where you have to decide, all right, bride, you're gonna come out over here, groom, you're gonna wait for our signal, then you're gonna come this way over here, bride, you're gonna step here, groom, you're gonna step, and you literally come up with the play and sometimes the location as well. And it's up to you to make sure that it works smoothly, and does not spoil any surprises. None of this was in the job description of photographer or videographer, but it's something that happens in almost every single wedding. Second thing I learned, you have to match the energy or pace the energy of the group to get what you want in the shot. I've worked with some photographers that they'll come out there and, all right, I want to take a picture. It's good. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. How can you expect to get a good energetic picture if that's the energy that you're giving them? I've worked with some photographers that are, way over the top and they're like, woo, yeah, but it works. And the group then reflects that same energy in the pictures. And that's the thing. You got to pace the group. Now, sometimes the group's energy will be like over here, especially the groomsmen. They might not be into the pictures or the video. So they're kind of like, let's get it over with. So you got to pace their energy. If their energy's here, your energy's got to be here. That hypes them up. Like, all right, come on, let's go. Dude, looking good. That's going to bring their energy up. Now you can raise it up a little bit, then you can raise theirs up. That's something that works in multiple scenarios, not just wedding videos. If you learn anything from this video, think about pacing the energy. Pacing, it's got a real name to it. I can't remember right now, but I didn't make it up, it's a real thing. And kind of similar with that is stress level. If you're stressed as a videographer, stressed as a photographer, they're gonna feel that too, and that's gonna start to raise their stress level. I see this honestly more often with photographers than videographers, even at my sister's own wedding, where the photographer is stressed, sunset's in 10 minutes, we're gonna miss the sunset, and it's like, all right, I get you have a job to do, but it's not your day, it's their day. And if you're stressed, they're gonna feel stressed. Again, my sister, this has been over a year, and that's one of the first things she remembers when she thinks about her photographer, is how much more stress she made the event feel. You gotta be ready to just deal with ambiguity, work with what you got, know that it isn't always gonna be plan A. Sometimes you gotta have backup options. And number 3, you gotta know your gear. This has happened to me where I was using a microphone that I didn't love, and I didn't notice one of the settings was off. This has happened to me where I was using an ND filter, kind of a cheap budget one, and it didn't give me the results that I was looking for. Kind of made the footage look a little bit, dirty. This has happened to me where I've used a gimbal that wasn't my main gimbal, and for whatever reason, it took me forever to balance and set it up. You need to know your gear inside and out. Make sure you practice with it first. Wedding day should never be the first time that you're taking out a piece of gear. Sounds like common sense, it really does. But so many times you're like, oh, you know what, I forgot. I need to order one of these. I need to buy this. No matter how long you've been in the game for, because I've seen it with veterans too, where it's like, oh, that did not record. I didn't know that was a setting on there, something like that. It happens to everybody, but you gotta take the time to be confident with your gear. That's what YouTube's for. You have tons of options on YouTube to learn these kind of things. Speaking of gear, I'll put a link in the bio for some of my favorite pieces of gear. Amazon affiliate links if you want to help a small channel out, that'd be appreciated. But anyway, those are my top 3 learns for shooting weddings for the past year. I've got a long list of learns, mistakes, so let me know if you want to see something like that.